Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave YouTube channel. This is Henry. Today is Thursday, August 25th. The time is 1:30 a.m. GMT approximately. So today we're going to be looking at the chart of the Microsoft. Here is a 45 minutes chart. We can see right here that we ended with W, okay, at the 294. So what that means then is we are currently within the with X pullback in the primary degree, right? And as you know, with X should be subdivided into corrective structures, right? And you can see in the stacking labels here, below the primary is going to be this blue color right here. This is the intermediary degree here. So that means when you look at the structure or subdivision of the move to the downside, you're going to have to focus on the one lower degree labels here to be able to find out what the subdivision should look like. Now remember, the X should be corrective, right? It should be corrective. The subdivision has to be corrective. And when you focus on the one lower degree labels of this move down, then you will find out that you can check it out. The blue has to be in capital letters because the small and big capital letters, they are all different. They signify different degrees in the Elliott wave, right? So this is the blue, which is in the capital letters AB. So in other words, the X subdivision is going to be in the form of ABC zigzag in blue, right? In blue, which is this A, B, C. And within the A, as you know, zigzag, A should be 5 waves. So then again, if you want to see what the subdivision, how to make sense of the subdivision, you focus on one lower degree than the blue, one lower degree than the intermediate blue color here is the red, which is the minor degree here. So if you want to see in the subdivision of the A, then you focus at the minor degree, which is in letter in 1 2 3 4 5 like this, not in Romans numeral but in just regular number here. So 1 2 3 4 5. So that will be your subdivision, right? So we're looking for an ABC zigzag to finish the X, right? And within this, so let's take a look at this move down. It does look kind of an impulse, right? It looks in one giant one big swing or one big cycle to the downside. I don't see significant sort of rally or correction that signifies a break of the channel from the move up, from the move down, starting from here, from this high and to this low here, right? So it seems to be one continuous sort of move down from this high to this low. Now let's check out a couple of things. Now I think it's very easy to see. If you are counting it this way, then you will see you can kind of call it as an extended wave 3 to the downside, which is typically what you want to see in an impulse. Now secondly, you want to check whether there is a divergence in the wave 5. So if you take a look at the, let's say in the RSI, you can see we do have a divergence right here on your wave 5, right? So that suggests that yes, indeed, I think it is reasonable to think this is an impulse, right? So if we just want to focus on the shorter cycle only, so what this is telling us is that since this is an impulse, so most likely we're going to see another leg down as long as we stay below 294, right? So looking for a B to fail and then a C leg to the downside. Now the B doesn't need to be this big, as you know. The rally should be in 3 swing or 7 swing, but as long as it stays below 294, we could see another leg down again. So let's zoom out. So I think the more sort of higher probability or minimum expectation sort of conviction here is the idea that if this is a 5 ways, we can see at least another push to the downside. Now the larger time frame though, it has more possibilities, right? It has more possibilities, and this is another topic if we want to take a look at the larger time frame, right? So larger time frame always can see many different options. Are we gonna make new high? This is the all-time high, or are we gonna drop? That's conversation in another time. But for now, what we can observe here, a couple of things I want to point out. So far, this one looks like a 5 waves, like we talked about before, which is the move down here. That move down here is this move down here, right? So that means we can potentially see at least one more push lower. Now, if that's the case, you notice here the rally from here so far, it looks like a 3 waves. It looks like a 3 waves, right? So what that means then is, it seems to be if this cycle ended here, and how do we know this cycle ended? Because if this is going to extend lower one more time, then most likely this cycle ended. It's too big to be with 4, for example, from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it seems to me that if we don't rally again like this, then this cycle is over, and most likely we're not going to rally again because of the 5 waves down, like we talked about in the shorter cycle. So that means this cycle ended looking for this pullback. So that means we can conclude the rally so far is only 3 waves. It's only 3 waves. Remember, we call W here. So that means when we call W here, and if you want, put down the C leg here. If this is the C and W, now that's got to be your A and B here. So we're calling that as an ABC, right? Ending W, and we're looking for another EBC, looking for an X. Now again, the larger time frame is sort of multiple possibilities, right? It could be doing this and then extend higher, but it's only 3 swings, and therefore if this cycle ended, it is possible we in fact go down like this, right? Because it's only 3 swings rally. Now we're calling it this is what we call double correction, so something like this. But because if you're calling this WX, that means the entire move still can be considered as a correction to this decline from the all-time high, right? And therefore, if that's the case, then we might potentially go down again at some point. But that's, it's still down the line, still very far. So I think our focus is just simply in the shorter cycle. We see that it looks like a 5 waves down here. So as long as we stay below 294, we can still see another leg down. Now suppose we make a new low from here. Let's say we make a new low from here. Then I think we are still part of wave A in that case, right? You just need to adjust the count a little bit, maybe call wave 4 somewhere here, and then and calling the new low to be ending with 5 of A, right? And still, then that means still you're gonna expect this rally to in the B before the next major move down in the C leg. All right, so that's the update for today. As always, if you want to get regular updates on Microsoft or other stocks, ETF, Forex, commodities, feel free to check our service. We have 14 days trial, and the link is provided in the description of the video. So I'll see you all again next time. Have a nice day, everyone.